that's coming in. NewsX Exclusive revealed that the fight inside the Trinamool Congress has now beyond just a leadership tussle. Former party leader are now accusing Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and her nephew Abhishek Banerjee of running the party to make money. The alleged offshore loans, luxury aircrafts, legal kickbacks and payoffs linked to liquor and lottery policies. Leaders of the opposition, Ritabrata Banerjee, calls it an entire business model built around the party. What started as a complaint about power being centered at Kalighat has now turned into a formal complaint with investigators and banks. This has led to an unprecedented freeze on Trinamool's finances and has now put questions of money and morality at the center of Bengal's politics. Let me quickly pour out a press release of pertinence, and this is what was put out by the ED as we see it right now. Of course, it's talking about ED freezing rupees 440 crores in the All India Trinamool Congress bank accounts. Here are certain details that they've put out in this press release. The Directorate of Enforcement, Kolkata Zonal Police, have conducted search operations at 5 premises in and around Kolkata under the provisions of PMLA 2002 belonging to Carewell Group of companies operating in the aviation sector. During searches, balances amounting to rupees 440.42 crore lying in 3 HDFC bank accounts of AITC have been frozen under Section 17(1)A of PMLE 2002. It further reads, and I quote, searches were conducted in connection with an investigation under PMLA based on an FIR that was lodged by the Cyber Police in West Bengal in the matter of alleged dishonest financial dealings, unlawful collection of money and routing of suspected funds through certain bank accounts of the TMC. Investigations have revealed that around rupees 160 crores was transferred to the AITC bank accounts to the Carewell Aviation India Private Limited and its related entity, mostly between April 2023 and June 2026. So that's a very key detail that has been revealed over here. It further revealed that the Carewell Aviation Private Limited routed an amount of rupees 82.96 crores during 2023 to 2026 to another newly incorporated related entity for purchasing an aircraft Legacy 600 and one chopper Augusta 109 grand new. An amount of rupees 112 crores was used for making the purchase. As it's been said, it also revealed that an amount of 1.7 million USD was arranged as unsecured loan in the year 2023 from the Cayman Islands based entity to purchase the said helicopter. It further has some more details of pertinence. It says these Embraer Legacy 600 aircrafts and Augusta helicopters were subsequently rented out to AITC itself, even though they were purchased from the corpus of AITC. Thereafter, substantial amounts were transferred on the pretext of aircraft usage. The above stated dubious arrangements are under investigation to ascertain the actual beneficial purpose of the transaction. There are further details that are awaited, but these are some of the pertinent details that have been put out as far as this release is concerned. Let me get in a perspective from Suproti Mukherjee, special correspondent of the TSG. Appreciate you joining us, sir. And what exactly do you make of the details that have emerged? Help us understand what exactly has happened, and do you think this was always known but never spoken about at large?
Hello, exactly. This was always rather well known within TMC circles that, the lifestyle of, to put it in perspective, let's start off by saying that Mamata Banerjee during her entire long political career was known for her simplicity in dress, as a person who used to wear Hawaii chappals, and she still does wear Hawaii chappals. But throughout the years, over the years, people had started talking about, people close to her had started talking about the change in lifestyle, the change in attitude of both Mamata Banerjee as well as it was more obvious in the case of her nephew, Abhishek Banerjee. while Mamata Banerjee would be seen wearing simple clothes, he would be seen wearing the best of designer wear, and his lifestyle was absolutely the opposite of what Mamata Banerjee used to follow, and that used to raise eyebrows. And when everything was hunky-dory within the Trinamool Congress, that means it was not yet the divided house that it is currently. That people would only talk about it in undertones. Once the split in the TMC has happened, and people who have formed the rebel group, which obviously has the maximum out of the 80 MLAs, they have almost more than 60 MLAs with them right now. They started talking about it. They made the allegation. One of them, Vishwanath Das, one of the MLAs, he was the person who acted as a whistleblower and gave the complaint to the police. The police subsequently transferred it to the cybercrime, and the police immediately, the day after they received the complaint, they froze these 3 accounts. The TMC went to Calcutta High Court and managed to get a deep freeze. But in the meantime, the news had travelled far enough to the ED. So even though the police action, the Calcutta police's action of freezing was lifted on the orders of the of the High Court, it was again refrozen on the instructions of the Enforcement Directorate, which sent out this press release in support of its contention. And we spoke for this story. I did speak to Ritubrata Banerjee, who is the leader of the opposition, and he is at the fulcrum of the offensive against the Mamata Banerjee faction now. And he said that, we joined the Trinamool Congress based on certain ideas about how we are going to function as a political party. We never realized that it was an entire business model which was built around the party, and which was being done on the instructions of the instructions of Abhishek Banerjee and his chosen. He also had an agency helping me out, which was called IPAC. So the Trinamool, after its implosion, the people who are against the Mamata Banerjee faction are now talking about the kind of profligacy that was witnessed, and for the investigations to follow, they are the people who are actually acting as the whistleblowers. The idea, and apart from these three accounts which were frozen by the ED, there are 12 other accounts out of the 18 in total which the Trinamool Congress has, which have also been frozen. But nobody is talking really. We have not been able to find out what is the balance, though it should be in at least a couple of thousand crores is what we are told, but it's unconfirmed as of now.
Right, absolutely. So with that, I'd like to thank you for sharing all those details with us. Ms. Raj Lakshmi Joshi, political analyst, joins us on the broadcast to share her perspectives. Now, ma'am, although these are allegations at the moment, but the cat is out of the bag, we all, of course, know for a fact that it has something to do with the result of the election. But if the information that has been, brought to light is true, what kind of repercussions, what kind of action can be perhaps taken?
Hello, Sauri. Yes, I wouldn't really say it is a repercussion of the elections, other than the fact that, yes, earlier the state administration was under the control of the TMC and especially Ms. Mamata Banerjee. So that is why they were able to conduct a whole lot of, these illegal exercises without really facing the repercussions of the law. So that is how maybe, yes, the election results have affected all these outcomes that have happened recently. But then if you remember that Mr. Abhishek Banerjee and his wife, they were facing the money laundering charges even earlier, even say, for example, in 2021 and, around those times also they were facing all these charges. But now, especially after the results and especially after some of the MPs rebelled, some of the MPs and a section of the MLAs, a huge section in fact, a lot of these former colleagues of the Banerjees, that is Ms. Mamata Banerjee and especially Mr. Abhishek Banerjee, they have actually put a whole lot of allegations against the former CM and her nephew. So the fact of the matter is that the ED is investigating these cases, and they are finding a whole lot of accounts in different places. So every now and then you may hear of new accounts being frozen, because yes, they are coming across accounts in different parts of the state, in different places. So that is how all these accounts are being frozen. So now the thing is that very smartly, in very different ways, there have been a whole lot of cases of money laundering by Ms. Mamata Banerjee and especially her nephew Abhishek Banerjee. Like you were speaking about this aviation scam here,
Yes.
where just imagine that with the party funds, they actually bought aircraft and choppers, and then they leased it out to their own party. So that is how they were raising funds, and this was all going into their personal kitty,
Yeah.
or maybe used for elections or whatever other purpose. Which was, this is a very non-transparent way of dealing, and this is exactly why all these accounts are being frozen. Now there were also some other routes, like the legal routes also, the legal firm routes also. So there were huge retainer fees that were being paid to some of the legal firms, and then those legal firms used to bring back a part of it as cash, and that is how they used to be able to have undeclared amounts with the party or with these individuals, and only certain members, a small coterie, enjoyed these luxurious lifestyles, and that is how they were able to maintain themselves this way.
Right.
So especially Mr. Abhishek Banerjee, and you must be knowing about certain MPs who have had very luxurious lifestyles. So this is how some of their own former colleagues have come out against them, and this is how a whole lot of things have come to light.
All
So
right,
Power-
absolutely. Ma'am, with that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on NewsX, sharing your perspectives with us. We leave it there and shift our focus to some more breaking news coming in. The Calcutta High Court has directed that all demolition